this is a place. This is desert because it was desert and dry then in terms of opportunities. And you have nothing that you can go to the bank for a loan or whatever. You're not even bankable, you know. Yeah. So just be a good human being. Because you're just slowly, you will cash that check when you need to. The time to think most critically about the future is when you're doing well. But when you're at the top of that career or your business, depending on the path you're taking, when you're really doing well, question.
Hi and welcome. Today we are in part 2 of Lucas' story. If you missed part 1, I invite you to check out the pop-out banner. It will direct you there. If we're in part 2, welcome and enjoy.
Have a meeting with self and decide, where is my life going? What does this mean? So it was like those wild west. You take your bag and you go into the wilderness to find yourself, as it were. So after that is when I realized it's not working. So I went to the US. My brother was graduating, so that was the reason. But even there, like, okay, let me see how this other part of the world is. Can I make a life from here? But from the word go, it refused. I postponed my flight like 2 or 3 times, hoping that the light bulb that everyone else has seen will come on for me so I'll stay. But it didn't, so I just got back. Yeah. And I think the lesson for me there has been, just give space for your gut feeling, give space for your true self, even when everything and everyone else is saying contrary. Many people are saying contrary, and many of them don't wish you bad. They actually wish you well, because it makes logical, when you look at it from a logical perspective. Stay here, it's a better place than here. Simple as that. So why are you coming back? So many key decisions we make in life, very few, if any, will probably relate or understand or see it from your viewpoint, including your nearest and dearest. So again, a balance between getting counsel and still following your true north or seeking it. Yeah.
So I like what you say, that you are able to, first of all, acknowledge that the people who are closest to you want the best for you and they're giving you this counsel, but you're still able to follow your gut. And people who are at crossroads in terms of decisions, it can be tough for them, where it's a big decision and they've received a lot of counsel from people they respect and they love. So yeah, what would you say to that? From your experience, what would you say to that?
It's a balance, really, because yes, in a multitude of good human beings is good counsel. Yeah, and we should be open because we don't know everything. But probably question, and when I say question positively what you're told. Again, even before you question what you're told, I think it is important that you almost have an interview process of who will speak into your life. Because a lot of what is spoken to us is noise. Yeah, and now there's noise of social media, which is very loud, and noise of people. So these are the people who, I like using the word, have given meddling rights. I use the word meddling rights, whereby you can come and say, and put me to task on something. And I'm like, hey, you're not allowed to ask me that. So once you're in the inner circle and you have meddling rights, those people now can speak into your life. And of course, they have earned the stripes. People have your back 3 times over. So they will tell you, and it's good to process whatever they will tell you that they think. Because I guess sometimes we also have blind spots in our own, that I can see something about you that you don't see about yourself. So there's space for that, and I have learned immeasurably, from that. In fact, I know, like for me, some of my light bulb moments have been probably from my wife. Really, she says something, and okay, initially I'm like, the thing about it, she's not saying it. She's saying purely roho safi, for my own good, not let me put this guy down or show him I'm better than him. And so that, then when I marry that with maybe a thought process I had, you see, they feed off each other. Yeah, so it's who you let in, who you give meddling rights, but that doesn't remove you from the responsibility of making the decision that you need to make by yourself. Because I can't say, oh, my child or my spouse or my mom or my dad or my close friends have made this decision for me. No one should make the decision for you. They'll contribute to the information that you need to make the decision, but the responsibility to sieve that information and decide and is purely yours. And sadly, that I think the most unfulfilled people have delegated that responsibility to others. And so you're not living your life, you're living someone else's life. Yeah. So it's a balancing act. Yeah. So it's key having good people, because we go further when you go together. But also you also have to just really be in a place where you make the call yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's some good. As we're making decisions, it's always good to have that balance, as you said.
Yeah.
So let me ask you about the States. When you're in the States, would you say that was an indicator for you that things didn't work, you didn't just settle, you're not able to settle? Was that the indicator for you that, what, I need to come back home?
It just reinforced the desire to come back home. Because then remember, when in the UK, I was going, figure this thing out, get an opportunity, get on the plane back, And so it just reinforced going to a different environment where people seem to be making it. I mean, in America, we've grown up knowing it's a land of milk and honey. Now, I'm not sure there's too much honey or milk anymore, but maybe more vinegar. But yeah, it just reinforced that my mind refused to, let's give it a chance. Even how you said they are physically longer. Your flight is today, you push it by a month. So that maybe something will give, and nothing. Yeah. Even the resistance of learning how to drive on the left side of the road. I don't learn how to drive on the left side. I want to go back.
Yeah.
So it was like, look at this guy. He can't be away from his parents, whatever. But for me, and when I landed here, still with only $20 in my bag that a friend of mine gave me to come and register my business with, I still remember, I owe her eternally. I just this is a place. This is desert, because it was desert and dry then in terms of opportunities. And you have nothing that you can go to the bank for a loan or whatever. You're not even bankable, Yeah. But I knew, yeah. So I think for me, it just confirmed. And then again, another lesson there was, sometimes I think you have to be in a physical environment that your purpose will unfold, for you to unfold. Yeah. For example, I can be a wildlife photographer and I love the African savannah, but I'm doing it from Malaysia, on YouTube, whatever. Sometimes you have to be in a physical place. So for me, being here was the only way my life would have taken a turn that it did. And boy, am I glad I got on that flight and came back. Yeah.
All right, that's a good one. You talked about when you're starting the business, having friends who now helped you through connections and all that. Talk to us about that. What has been the value of creating relationships to your business and maybe to your life?
The lesson I learned was have friends before you need them. Yeah. Because these were pals. There were three. Two gave me 30K and one gave me 100K.
Wow.
And 100K felt like 10 million shillings.
Yeah.
I'm asking this buddy of mine, hey guy, I can't sign anywhere, I can't give you a title deed or anything, I have nothing, but I promise I'll work hard and pay you. He told me, no, I know you will. So I'm like, wow. Even I'm questioning the confidence he has in me. Yeah. But these are guys who we had grown up with, gone to church with, at St. Andrews, and just friends, nice, innocent, fun. And you just are friends, pure friendship. I just like you because you're a nice person and vice versa. And so it comes, I'm like, this fix, are you able to, here, 30K and 100K, it was 160,000, I still remember. So why did they give me? So the friendship was the collateral. And sometimes good human relations are worth more in terms of being a collateral than cars and land and buildings. Yeah. So I cannot express how grateful I was. So just be a good human being, because you're just slowly, you will cash that check when you need to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one, because with relationships we can't see the value in terms of like monetary value or business value, at least immediately. But it is something that, you know, over time, it will yield.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so talk to us about Happening Ventures, the journey of how you started bootstrapping the hustle to a place where you got and you sort of were comfortable, you know, like things are happening, I've achieved my goals. Yeah, talk to us about that.
Yeah, so began in 2000 after my friends trusted me with their money. Got a fundi who was just a metal work guy for making doors and windows. Showed him how to, not even showed him, we both figured how to make a frame for a tent with chumas, which we did. Then I don't even know how I got to know this mzee. His name is Ochieng, who makes tents. I don't know, I can't remember how I got to, just someone just connected me. We got some material, some PVC to make the tents. So made the first 2, I think, or 3 tents.
But was that your strategy as you started, to make the tents, or was it to hire? And
I figured I couldn't afford to buy. Yeah. So this 160K, you have to stretch it to the maximum. So I realized maybe a tent that you lose 40,000 bob to make will cost double to buy, or something, you know. Yeah. So we figured let's try and make these things. Yeah. So make. Then luckily, like a pickup we had for the restaurant with my family, like a 504 was still available, so I'd use it to run around and do a delivery or 2. I still remember my laborers were the Wochi of where I used to live, and another guy, you know, just using, when they say use what you have, what is in your hand. Yeah, I got someone who printed like a receipt book, an invoice book and quote book. It was a receipt book, an invoice book and a quotation book, 3, which I was carrying in my car. So began. I remember, I think my biggest, you know how in your journey there are some defining moments or some defining assignments. Let me say my first defining assignment was when Safaricom was celebrating, I think, 1 year. I think their first year in Kenya. Was it? Yeah, it was. I think it was 2001 or 2. So I began in 2000. I think it was in 2001 or 2002. So again, this friend who I was with in campus, who was working for an agency, told me, let's go to Splash Water World on Langata Road. There's a manager there, his name was Ali. Nice guy, Ali. Just say I've referred you because I think they were the agency for Safaricom. Safaricom is doing, I think, a launch both at Splash and next door at Carnival. So I went here, my name is so-and-so. I was sent to you by Diana, her name was Diana. Okay. So give us, like, how many do you have? Like, I have a lot, 20 tents, 3,000 chairs. I was just talking, like, you know, fake it till you make it kind of thing. Yeah. So he said, okay, let's start with maybe 2 or 3 tents. I'm like, whew, thank God, I only have the 2 or 3. So pitch them there. And feeling so nice. You know, I still remember the mkubwas of Carnival came, okay, these are nice tents. Yeah, so let's do this thing. And then he said, after a while he called me, like, hey, no, we need another 4. Do you have them? Yeah, we have them. Wow, 4. So I remember a friend of mine, her name is Catherine, had said I attended business 2 or so years earlier. So I just went, my name is so-and-so. Again, I was introduced to her by a mutual friend. Just back to relations and good relations with good human beings. Yeah, but of course, you also have to be a good human being to have human beings hanging out with you, good human beings hanging out with you. So based on that relation, like, okay, just give me at 2K, I think I'll charge 2.5 max, nikule 500. Kuja chukua. And allow me to please pay you after, because I don't even have the money. She agreed, so pick the extra tents. Long and short, the event happened. I still remember that night going to Carnival, because I know they had a big event on the Carnival side. So I think the splash was like maybe for the Wakubwas during the day, then the big bash in the evening at Carnival grounds. So seeing the fireworks and just being there, like, yani, I'm part of this thing. It was a feeling I cannot even define. Yeah, in a few times, I'm part of this thing. I'm part of this Safaricom that has done 1 year. At that time. So the amount of motivation, confidence, and psych that gave me to go for the jugular, as it were, was a lot. So it almost like the horse has bolted now. You know what? Big things. And it's fun that I would say big things because now in this new season of my life, my favorite hashtag is only big things going forward. So clearly I was like, I have big things.
Yeah.
So continued, did event after event, grew my soul. Everything was in that business. I would eat and sleep and dream happening ventures. I only had 2 options, to make it or to make it. Yeah. And so grew and just grew and grew and grew. So that was 2006, when I bought a brand new pickup to bring into the business. A year or 2 later, I bought a truck. And just continued growing. Then I just using, of course, now friendships and even just good work. Good work speaks for itself. And with churches and corporates and personal events, we were busy. Really were busy. And the thing, when I look back, okay, I'll give the lesson when I look back, but climbing, growing, things are working, setting up tents, making more tents, making money, investing part of this money back in the business or other things, and just growing and growing and growing. Even went into Tanzania. We had a client in Arusha. I remember taking trucks there for events, Dar es Salaam. One time we even did a job in South Sudan.
Wow.
You're just like on this go, on this roll.
Yeah.
Then come about 2012, 13, 14, like, okay, something is amiss. The bulbs, the lights are not shining as bright. The mojo has reduced. What's happening? But I just kind of ignored. I remember even going to Strathmore Business School to do a course called Owner Manager Program, which is a brilliant course I did in 2014. And I remember when I questioned my motivation for doing it, I wanted to do it to learn how to get out of my business. See, because 2012, 2013, this is now we're in year 12, 13, 14 into the business. I started feeling, hey, okay, maybe I've had maybe I'm burning, maybe that was burning out, I don't know. But just I started to question, but I can't define this questioning. I can't tell you how I'm feeling, but I have this discontent within me. I'm not as excited as I am, but I'm still running the business and I like it, but feeling something is shifting. And so 2014 did that course, helped me get investors into the business. Guys were interested in coming to the business, that was good. So Sayana, season of the business. Soon after 2015, went to China, brought in some big tents, which we continued hiring out. In fact, I remember soon after coming back from China, I got a job in Somalia. Went to Mogadishu for 3 months. There they have the sweetest watermelon and oranges in the world.
Oh.
Yeah, they're really nice. It was a really, really good job. But just, flying, several tons of cargo to Mogadishu on a pickup of a plane. That's what I called it. It was like a pickup, but a flying pickup. Yeah. And being there with a friend of mine who had also gotten us that job to be part of it. It was really nice. So did it, came back, but that just feeling continued. So maybe that's the plateau. Yeah. And I actually think 2014, again, that also was the year when I started getting to, it's the year I turned 40. So I started feeling, so now, will you continue doing this thing? Just you introspect, which now your previous 20 years, you've been moving so quickly, there's no time to introspect. Yeah. You're as good as your next gig, finish this, sit down, go here. Start looking back and questioning and all those things, but a very confusing time. Yeah, so, and of course, like people who run businesses, if you, the founder, starts changing, it even reflects on the business. It changes also. Probably when your staff are thinking, hey, this guy looks like kuna kitu imebadilika. Yeah, so I think that was a plateau. Then I must say 2015, 16, actually started moving from riding the wave to, like the wave is crashing slowly, And so the biggest lesson there for me was past success can be the biggest enemy to future success. Yeah, it blinds you completely. The other lesson is the time to think most critically about the future is when you're doing well. Yeah. Many of us think about like, oh, nimefutwa kazi, nifanye nini? But when you're at the top of that career or your business, depending on the path you're taking, when you're really doing well, question. Let me give that example of Safaricom again. Where are they, the humongous organization that they are today? They're doing so well, but they're so keen on reinventing. You feel like, but you guys are making money as you sleep. Why do you need? But they're always looking for the next product. That's what makes you successful. So those are the lessons that I share with anyone who is on that journey of their life. And this applies whether in business or in employment or any other thing that you're doing. That be wary of past success. It creates such a nice comfort zone. But the thing with comfort zones is that nothing grows there. You know? Yeah. So that has been my journey as far as happening is concerned. And now I'm at a point where I'm exiting the business, excitedly exiting the business to new things, but carrying those lessons. Yeah, that even these new things that come, because I'm convinced they will be big, I will be having one eye open as I enjoy the riding the wave, knowing this wave is crashing. So ride the wave, but keep an eye on shore. If the shore is getting closer and you're still riding the wave, you need more money, to put it simply. But at the same time, this same business that I should put my head down and grow, I don't have psych. You know, and I really feel sorry to my family. Like, I think they were just like, who is this guy who's living in this house? I mean, we don't know you. Even I don't know. Even I don't know this guy. I just had these voices in my head and I felt like I was exploding, you know? Because it's like you have, like I said in the engaged talk, like a condition that you will not recover from, you know, and you feel like you're exploding. And that's the thing about life, really. Tough seasons, beneath them have some good treasure.